Yo, what's good? What's good, Mr. Funny Man? 100. Ain't nothing funny, man. Always keep it 100. Coming at you again. You already know what it is. I talk about games. I talk about sports. Talk about hating on LeBron. You already know my videos. For those of you who always watch my videos, good looking. For all you newcomers, welcome. To everyone who stayed, that's what's up. This video right here, I'm going to talk about next gen. All right, the next generation of games. We all know it's coming. All right, I go to these game sites a lot. I'm always reading about the next Xbox, PS4, the Wii U. I want to know what you guys want to see. All right, what you guys want to see in in the next generation. What do you want to see? Now, me, if they are to me, I don't think we're ready for next gen right away. All right, make sure my hat's right. I don't think we're ready for next gen right now. But if you do want to bring on next gen, then I swear, y'all, I'm a graphics whore. All right, that you better have some serious graphics in that next generation. All right, I'm talking. I want CGI like graphics. All right, that's a must. That's a must. You know what I mean? That is a must. All right. If you're not gonna, all right. There was a an article about John Carmack. I believe it was John Carmack, who I think was the Doom developer, if I'm not wrong. He said don't expect a significant jump in graphics, with the next generation. Then in my case, then don't even do it yet. Wait a couple of more years, then wait, because if it goes next gen and the graphics look similar, just a little touched up from now, from the graphics now, then I'm not gonna be happy about that. I want crazy CGI graphics. All right, I want it to look lifelike already. I want if you're swimming, if you jump in the water, your hair is wet. All right, you wiping your face, you know, stuff like that. Now, not for nothing, there is a lot of things that is you could almost say is next gen like in games like Uncharted 3 that or Uncharted period where he gets wet, you see his clothes are wet. All right, you see it. It looks wet, and it slowly starts to dry off. There was a scene where in Uncharted 3, I was in a cave and there was a spot of light creeping through, and I stood under it because I thought it was something, something there. It was just light, and he went like that. I stood back, and he took his hand down. I went back in the light. He went like that. Stuff like that. That's gonna be like automatic in next gen. So it's like a little bit of next gen is already here with games like that. Stuff like that. That's what makes little things like that is what make a game great, and what makes a game leaps ahead of the other games. When you now I play other games now and it's like, eh, it's like the character don't have life. Next gen, every character has to have life, and not for nothing, games like Uncharted is showing that the character has life. All right, you every no matter what level he's in, it's like the character adapts to that level. Like in the desert, he looks hot, he looks tired. When he was in the winter in Uncharted 2, he looks like he's cold. When no matter where he's at, light when he was wet, he goes like that to his, he does whatever he's in, whatever kind of climate he's in, he's adjust to it. That's next gen to me. Besides graphics, your character has to be alive. All right. If it's snowing, of course, to see the breath. For games do that already, to see it. But that the cold is on you. You're walking like that's what makes games like real. I want it to be real. I know all games don't have to be real, but in the character itself has to have a life. All right, so the graphics have to be up there. I don't know. You tell me what you guys want. I want to hear. Leave comments, whatever. What do you guys want to see in next gen? Because to me, sound is already good. EA does a great job with sound, like especially in their Battlefield games and stuff like that. The sound is great. It's just the graphics. There's some games this generation I wasn't impressed with graphics. That you gotta get rid of that plastic toy look. You know, I don't like that no more. That they look like clay or they look like plastic. They look like a doll. I hate that look. A lot of games did that. Like that real look, that realism look. Right, that the skin has pores in it. All right, that it has a scar. Like I'm sorry, like a lot of PS3 games take advantage of that technology. I'm not trying to sound biased here. I'm not trying to sound whatever, but their characters look real. You know, I'm not saying it's just PS3 exclusive games, but they really put the power of the PS3 in there. You know, and I mean there was a lot of like when I look at Batman, I like Batman. Like I said in my last video, but they look some of the characters, especially the bad guys, and they look like that toy model thing, that clay, and I don't know, and Batman himself doesn't have that life like when I play in the, Uncharted. I'm sorry, I keep comparing, but it's true. It's like Uncharted sets the bar, and not for nothing, next gen should have that life, the graphics, hardware wise. I think it would be smart if they were to put, let's say, like a 3 disc changer in there. You can have like 3 games in there. You choose which games you want in the beginning. You can rotate. You choose the option to rotate. Maybe you can have 2 movies in a game, 2 games in a movie, or 3 movies, whatever you want. But I think that should be, that'll be cool to have in there. Um, then you Xbox owners will, for games that have 3 discs in it because you don't have a lot of space, they're all 3 right there. But by next gen, you shouldn't even have that issue. It's sad that y'all going through that now, but hey, Microsoft don't want to admit that they need Blu-ray or they need something. So, but then you Xbox gamers don't mind. That's another. That's another video. Oh man, I thought you fanboys were gone. You guys are not gone. You just oh man, you don't know. It's like you. I gotta talk about that other video. Xbox fanboys are the worst. Y'all still coming up with the same things 5 years later. I'm gonna bring that up in my next video. I'm gonna talk about that. You Xbox fanboys are not gone. I'm not talking about there's no PS3 fanboys or no Wii fanboys, but you Xbox, y'all contradict yourself. Sound dumb. We're gonna talk about that next video. We're gonna just keep going with this vid about next gen. Now we already seen the Wii U. Now me personally, I don't feel like the Wii U is gonna be a big hit like the Wii was, because not for nothing, the Wii was just anybody could do it. You grab it, you swing your arms. Who can't do that? Anybody could do that. You had old people playing the Wii. You had girls playing the Wii, little kids playing the Wii, little boys, little girls, big girls, old, middle-aged people. Everybody had the Wii. 5-year-olds, 6. That's why it was like a big hit, because when when your grandma's playing the Wii, something's up. You got all right. It was like a must-have. All right, it was like a must-have. You had to try it. It was something new. Oh my God, I'm really moving. Whatever. Didn't mean it was a great console. Didn't mean it was better than the other consoles. It just was like something new, something to try out. And not for nothing, it was a victim of his own success. Because now look what happened. You had PS3 do Move, you had Xbox do Connect, and now it's like, damn, what do we do now? So now they came out with the Wii U, which is like a giant controller, like a big square. You grab it and you can see, you can see through it. Me personally, I can't picture an old woman, a grandma, looking through this thing and seeing through it. It's too complex. That's gonna be for maybe Wii hardcore owners, or putting it on the floor to play golf. I think they got desperate and they just try to do something out, crazy, like with their hardware. Like, yo, we gotta do something crazy next. I don't see it happening. I just think what Nintendo should do is just make a regular console, or continue their, their their motion type games, but bring up their graphics. I ain't gonna front. I would love to see a Zelda game with graphics, like a PS3 game. That would be sick. Or Mario. You know what blew me away? When I first played Mario 64, graphics was crazy. I was like, oh, yo, this is crazy. When I was playing Mario 64 and I was little back then, I forgot how old I was, a teenager or whatever, maybe, or young. I was like, yo, this is crazy. The graphics went up. It was like a 3D world. It was sick. It was crazy, You used to play Mario side to side. Now you're in this world, like, oh snap! You could do all this type of things. And Mario 64, that game was sick. That game was hot. Now, I ain't gonna front. I was probably a Nintendo fanboy back then. I didn't even know it. Who wasn't? Everyone started off with Mario. If you're a gamer today, you started off with Mario. All right. I love that joint. A gold 007. I was Nintendo 64 probably had. I think that was Nintendo's best console. They had like the best games. You know, right? 007, Mario, Zelda. You know, those games was crazy. You know, Donkey Kong. I had all those games. I ain't gonna front. Killer Instinct. Those games was sick. And see, so I think Nintendo, and I think I heard that about the Wii U anyway. It's gonna supposed to have like the graphics. I want to see that. I ain't gonna front. I want to see that. I want to see some next gen graphics in these Nintendo games. And I think not for nothing, the Wii missed the ball with a lot of what they could really do. They really dropped the ball just making these little quick games and these cooking and mama baby games, whatever. They could have done a whole lot more with what they had, but they didn't really do much. They didn't really come out with a lot of games. And not for nothing, they ain't really who been playing that Wii. Nah, the only time my Wii turns on when my daughter wants to play something like Just Dance or something real quick. That's it. You know, that's it. The fad's over. It's done. Everyone has it. It ain't. To me, there's no really reason. Well, Zelda just came out to play that. There's no really other reason why to buy a Wii. That's why they're already making a new one. You know. I'm hearing a lot about Xbox already having. I think it's called. I'm hearing now Xbox 10. People kept saying 720. Now I'm hearing Xbox 10 is the next gen one. And I don't know. I feel like they also ran out of gas too. They didn't really have a lot of games this year. Wii and Xbox almost the same. They didn't really have a lot. You know. Then when they finally come out with that one in school, that's why everyone goes crazy buying it. So PS3, like I said, they had a whole ton of games this year. But that's a different video. I already made a video about that. I don't want to start getting the fanboys mad. But I just feel like Wii U, it's not going to be the success the Wii was. It's going to be probably a few Wii hardcore people's going to buy it. It's going to sell. I'm not saying it's not going to sell, but, PS4, I want to see what they're going to do. I don't know. Let's see how that's going to go. But like I said, graphics. To me, I'm a graphics whore. Graphics better be like CGI. I'm tired of these games having this CGI, and then the game starts and it's like, that don't look like what the hell I just saw. Even though the game still looks good. I think the biggest thing about this gen was these the things that are happening, that are going on in the environment. That was like the big thing for next gen besides the graphics. But like every boss now is huge. You got hundreds of 100-foot boss battles or things happening. Things that used to happen in the cutscenes in the PS2 and Xbox are now in game. And that was like big for the next for next gen. Like things blowing up. Before that was like a cutscene. You couldn't play through that. Now you can actually play through it. Like a lot of scenes in like in Batman, or like the bad guy comes and he just rips apart the wall and throws at you. That wasn't that stuff that's new for next gen. That's what makes the game look real. Like, oh, I didn't know that part could come off. That didn't look rehearsed. That didn't look like it was gonna happen. So to me that's next gen. I like what they did about that. Like they made the cutscenes come to life. Some games you weren't able to just move around in a cutscene, like in Assassin's Creed, or the way in Assassin's Creed how he walks through the people and he automatically moves them aside. That's next gen stuff. Uncharted did that a lot in Part 3, where he's going against the wall. He's moving his hand against the wall, makes your character like he's alive. That's next gen stuff. Now, I'm telling you, for the next generation, they better graphics. I want to hear what you people got to say, though. What do you want? To me, that's what I want. Just make it look real, make it look crazy. The lighting, the textures, everything. No more of that clay, no more clay model. None of that. I don't want to see none of that no more. No more of that they look plastic and the sun shining. No more. I want to see realism. I want to see it crazy. The water effects, everything just straight up real. Put everything into it. That's my take on it. Mr. Funny Man 100. I'm gonna do more vids. I think my next vid is gonna be about some fanboy talk. And some of the stuff like I used to do in my other videos. We're gonna talk about that. So Mr. Funny Man, I'm out. Ain't nothing funny, man. Always keep it 100. I'm gonna see y'all. Peace.